Welcome to the WWE podcast. Today is Friday, July, 12th? 13th. I think July 13th, 2018. Days are just flying by, guys. Thank you for joining me. Follow me on Twitter at the WWE podcast as we have a kind of a B pay-per-view, but a significant one nonetheless, of Extreme Rules coming up this Sunday. And I have some predictions. And I have some quick hit notes from Monday Night Raw that I want to get to as well. And so I'm going to get to it right now. As you guys know, time is of the essence. And not just for me, but probably for you. So I'm going to get straight to the point. I'm going to get to Monday Night Raw and then give you my predictions for Extreme Rules this Sunday. So the items I want to talk about, just a couple of things from Monday night that stood out to me. Well, number one, they were in Boston, and WWE likes to make sure that everybody knows when they're in a major market that they're in a major market, but God forbid they're in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, that they ever let anyone know where they really are. It's really embarrassing. I don't know why WWE does that, as I guess it's all about perception that they are in the big markets. And anyway, nothing to do with really Monday Night Raw, but so the Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns pull apart is something I want to touch on. And this is something that I tweeted out about a couple days ago. As you guys know, I kind of watch Raw I watch Raw on delay on Hulu. I don't watch it live, so I'm behind everybody when I set up my tweets. Nonetheless, when they have these pull-aparts, and they can be very effective, like when Brock and Undertaker had their pull-apart before WrestleMania. There have been pull-aparts that have been very effective, and it can be done very well. My problem with this is that you have these wrestlers backstage who come out and apparently have nothing better to do, and they're not involved in any of their storylines at all, so they just are, they have somehow, some way, they have a vested interest in caring about if these two tear each other apart. How am I supposed to believe, and maybe I'm not, but my God, I don't know how I'm supposed to get invested in any story ever if you don't have an emotional investment, as I've said 4,000 times before, and this is a major one. Why the F would any of the wrestlers give a damn about Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns tearing each other apart? What do they care? Why would they care? And more importantly, if you're going to say, well, Kurt Angle instructed them, if these two explode, you need to go out there. Well, wait a minute. I'm a performer. I'm part of the crew. I am not security. You have no security? You have nothing? You have no building security? You have to use the wrestlers? I'm a performer, Kurt. And I'm just saying that that's not what happened, but people will argue that Kurt told certain performers, wrestlers, excuse me, I don't want to corporate speak you, but you can't tell me that Kurt Angle went up to these wrestlers and came out and said that, you got nothing else going on. If these two come out and start brawling, you need to go out there and you need to pull them apart. Really? Why the hell would anybody care? And the wrestlers are telling them, calm down. Why? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to end the rant there. It's just ridiculous. However, I will say on a positive note that this did add a little bit of sizzle, just a little bit of sizzle for their match on Sunday, from, going from just, no pun intended, but stone cold to at least you turn the burner on. It's not hot. It's not even warm, but you turn the burner on and you started to cook it a little bit. At least they got away from their Bobby, or excuse me, if you're Roman Reigns, Bob's, because apparently he's too cool to say Bobby Lashley, and Roman's weakness, which is promos. I mean, let's be honest, both of them are a little bit awkward, or at least that's not their strong suit when it comes to being able to tell a story, or promos, and that's just the way it is. So they at least had them say less and do more, which I think was smart on the part of WWE. Now, does that mean that I think that these two are going to tear it down and the crowd's going to cheer both of them on Sunday? Absolutely not. This could also be another Jinder Mahal / Roman Reigns reaction where nobody really seems to care. And I'm sorry, Bobby Lashley, as big as he is, and he's got muscles in places people don't even have places and all this, that's great. But this is a perfect example of, if you don't have the personality to match and you don't have that on-screen, on-air charisma that oozes through the screen, you are not going to be able to grab the audience. And this is a perfect example of that, where nobody has a vested interest, and Roman Reigns is over because Vince tried to force him over, not because he got over organically. But anyway, so this match, while it could be a power move, kick out, power move, kick out, and I expect that to be as such, I don't expect a 5-star match, and I expect the crowd to be quiet / maybe even turning on the match. The Dr. Shelby thing, which we didn't get Dr. Shelby, but this whole nonsense of Bayley and Sasha in their therapy. I mean, enough. It's painful. Enough already. I'll just leave it at that. Either, piss or get off the pot with these two. I don't understand why they beat the hell out of each other one week and then they're in therapy the next. And I said that last week. But anyway, the Alexa Bliss and she had a promo that I thought was really well done. And I'm really looking forward to her match on Sunday, to be honest, with Nia Jax. I really think that these two are going to have a very good match. They have a really good backstory. I'm not a fan of Nia turning all sweet all of a sudden, smiling constantly and being this woman of power and this, look at us, I'm the face of the progressive part of WWE. Look at us. It makes me want to vomit. I'm not feeling that. And, anyway, I think Ronda Rousey at ringside will pique some interests. I'm excited to see what happens. I think that anybody who's been a wrestling fan for more than 10 minutes knows Ronda Rousey somehow, some way will get physically involved. Yeah, she bought a ticket. It's the old, I bought a ticket to get in the event even though I'm suspended / fired. But they will find a way to still interject themselves in the match, and I'm fine with that. I think Ronda is in a great spot right now with WWE, and I've praised WWE and Ronda Rousey for how well she's been presented, and how great of a job they've done with her thus far. So let's get into my predictions. I'm going to start with AJ Styles and Rusev. This one is on the surface a slam dunk, and I'm not going to get cute with my prediction here, but I still believe AJ Styles walks away, he retains his championship, but may not walk away. What I mean by that is, he's going to win the match, but somebody, maybe even Rusev himself, maybe they continue this push with Rusev and it's not just a one and done, where AJ Styles is left laying. I think that could be the continuation or the setup rolling into SummerSlam. I think, AJ rolling into SummerSlam as champion makes more sense than Rusev. So AJ Styles, I think, wins this match and retains the championship. But some nuggets, something's coming out of this where AJ can move into his next program. Let's see. So we have Carmella versus Asuka. Carmella retains. I don't think there's any way around it. I think she's doing a great job. Asuka is clearly not, I don't believe, ready for that big babyface champion push, because she has very awkward on-air tendencies. Her inflection of her voice and nobody's ready for Asuka. I mean, that's about all she's got, but even that phrase doesn't make sense anymore because Asuka, clearly someone's ready. Charlotte was ready. Carmella was ready. She already beat you. So you can continue with that catchphrase. You may want to consider something else. I like Asuka's in-ring work. Her personality can be annoying and awkward at times, and that's just the way I feel about her. So Carmella retains. I really believe Matt Hardy, the Eater of Worlds and Deleter of Worlds tag team, retains their championship. I think that's the route that WWE's going with them. Not that they have a whole ton of momentum either, which is really astounding considering the personalities and how over they were in their prime when you put them together. Maybe it's just not it's just not catching on for one reason or another, or the crowd's not in super support of it and blowing up like you would expect them to. I think the presentation and the timing of bringing these two together is what had really is putting cold water on their reunion, or union, I should say. So I also think Alexa Bliss retains, but again, I think Ronda Rousey will get her injected after the match and not interfere during the match. Or at least if she does, it won't be on a physical level. Maybe she'll be arguing with Alexa, which will cause a distraction, which Nia takes advantage of. And then, I was going the other way. Maybe Nia gets distracted by Ronda Rousey and Alexa takes advantage because Alexa's retaining. I'm getting all mixed up, guys. Alexa retains the Women's Championship, the Raw Women's Championship. So let's get to the big match, Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns. I don't care. I honestly don't even know where to go with this because it's not going to matter who wins. And that's crazy to say. I'm going to say Roman Reigns wins. Maybe with 400 Superman punches, I don't know. But I expect a physical match, as I said. Roman comes out on top and everybody boos. I think that's how it's going to happen. You have Bobby Lashley who could win this match, and I think he is the favorite to win this. I'm going to go against the grain, and the reason I say he's the favorite is because you have Bobby Lashley who's returning. He beat Sami Zayn clean in a squash match. But does anybody really care? I don't know. Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. I think Ziggler keeps the championship here. I don't think Seth needs to retain in the 30-man Iron Man match. I think it'll be tied coming down to the last few moments. And somehow Drew McIntyre will cost Seth that final fall, and Ziggler will take advantage with a zigzag or a roll-up or whatever, and Ziggler will retain the Intercontinental Championship. I think the story here is about Drew. It's not about Ziggler. Even though he's holding the belt, this story is about Drew McIntyre. Make no mistake about it. And I think this is leading towards a SummerSlam match with Seth and Drew. And I'm fine with that. I think that could be a very, very good matchup. And I know we've seen it on Monday Night Raw, but now it's time to add fuel to that fire and burn it down. Okay, I had to go there. All right, guys, that's all I got at this moment here. I might tweet out some other additional predictions. And everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy this summer, and I will talk to you soon. Enjoy Extreme Rules. I'll be tweeting throughout the show if you want to interact with me. Everybody take care. Talk to you next time.